Foolproof test. Just 2 moves to see her true self. Most men don't realize this. A woman shows her true self when there's no reason left to perform. If you've ever questioned her loyalty, her intentions, or if your relationship is based on anything real, there's a way to know. It only takes 2 moves. No spying, no games, just 2 honest, powerful moments that will reveal her character with clarity. Miss these, and you risk wasting your time. But if you catch them, you'll see the truth most men never do. If this message speaks to something you've felt but couldn't explain, consider leaving a like, a comment, or sharing it with someone who's been there too. A single share could open another man's eyes, and that's something worth doing. In this video, we're not just talking about red flags. You'll learn exactly how to test and decode the kind of woman you're dealing with and whether she's built for the long haul. Let's dive into the first test. Test 1. What she does with small opportunities to betray you. If you want to know who a woman really is, give her space not to test her emotions, but to see what she does when temptation walks in quietly. You don't need to hack her phone or follow her around. All it takes is one small setup. Give her a window of freedom and see what she lets in. Tell her you trust her. Tell her you won't be texting much this weekend because you're unplugging. Then do exactly that. Observe. She won't know she's being tested, and that's the point. Most men don't realize this. A person's character isn't shown in extreme situations. It shows up in subtle choices. Will she use that time to post thirst traps online? Flirt with that guy from work in demons? Or will she simply live her life respectfully without seeking attention from people outside the relationship? A woman with true integrity doesn't need to be told not to entertain other men. She's already decided who she is, and that decision holds even when she's not being watched. Let's get practical. You don't need to play games. You can frame this test naturally. For example, hey, I'll be offline this weekend, some solo time I've been needing. Talk to you Monday. If she starts seeking validation elsewhere, the moment you're out of reach, you've already got your answer. Loyalty isn't about saying the right things. It's about staying grounded when no one's rewarding her for it. That's when her values speak louder than her charm. Some women confuse freedom with options. They think being alone for a weekend is an invitation to explore what's out there. But that mindset isn't about self-expression. It's a signal. A woman like that isn't faithful. She's just performing when it benefits her. She treats commitment like a stage, and when the audience disappears, so does the act. That's not someone you want to invest years into. That's someone you learn from and move on. Now, this doesn't mean she has to sit at home waiting for your texts. That's not what this is about. A healthy woman will live her life, enjoy her time, maybe go out with friends. But here's the difference. She won't use the opportunity to test boundaries, flirt, or accidentally leave the door open to other men. She knows the code she lives by, and she doesn't break it just because no one's looking. That's consistency. That's someone who can be trusted. And this test? It works in every phase, whether you've just started dating or been together for years. You're not looking for control. You're watching for alignment. Does her behavior reflect the commitment you thought you had, or is she just loyal when it's convenient? One test like this can save you from wasting years on a woman who doesn't actually value the relationship, only the benefit it brings her. What she does when you're unavailable will tell you exactly who she is when things get harder, when real problems hit, when you're not able to be her emotional crutch. And that's why this first test matters. But what comes next? That's when things really get exposed, when the need for you disappears, and she has to choose you or herself. Test 2. How she treats you after she becomes independent. There's a moment in every relationship where the dynamic shifts. At first, she may lean on you for guidance, for support, maybe even financially or emotionally. But then something changes. She gets stable, confident, self-sufficient. That's when the second test begins. The question is simple. How does she treat you once she no longer needs you? The answer will reveal more than anything she said while she depended on you. Some women are sweet, caring, affectionate till they stop needing the man beside them. And then it's like a switch flips. The affection cools. The energy dies down. Your opinion matters less. She's not rude, necessarily, but she's not invested either. This is where you find out if she saw you as a man or just a benefit. When the incentive disappears, does the kindness go with it? Pay close attention to her tone when she talks to you now. Watch how she includes or excludes you in her plans. Does she still show respect for your presence? Does she still laugh at your jokes, ask how your day went, make time for the relationship? Or are you now just there, like a couch? Useful, but not essential. A woman with real character won't treat you like an old device once the warranty runs out. Here's a practical way to see this clearly. Step back a little. Don't chase. Don't beg. Just pause your efforts and watch. If she stops investing, you've got your answer. A woman who truly cares doesn't suddenly change her treatment of you when she levels up in life. She carries honor with her, even when the original reason to stay is gone. That's what makes her rare, and that's what makes her real. Some guys make the mistake of trying to buy her affection again at this stage. They start over-giving, over-planning, over-texting, trying to pull her back in. But the reality is, she's showing you who she is when the reward is no longer necessary. If the loyalty fades now, it was never loyalty. It was an exchange. And you were just a placeholder until she didn't need what you provided. But not every woman is like that. There are women who stand on their own 2 feet and still choose to lift others, who don't confuse independence with arrogance, who still say, thank you, still look you in the eyes, still show up with that same warmth and grace they had from day one. That's not weakness. That's values. That's someone who knows what it means to love from the inside out. This second test isn't about watching her struggle. It's about watching her thrive. And when she no longer needs anything from you, but still sees you, still respects you, still treats you with loyalty, that's when you know. That's the truth you can build a future on. But we're not done. Because beyond these tests, there's an entire world of female behavior most men still misread completely. Let's widen the lens now. Decoder, the behaviors that reveal the truth. Most guys pay attention to what a woman says. Fewer pay attention to what she does. But the truth is this: her behavior always tells the real story. Her daily habits, reactions to pressure, how she handles being told no. These are the moments where the mask starts to slip. You don't need drama or deep analysis. Just pay attention to patterns. Does she handle disagreement with grace, or does she turn passive-aggressive? Does she communicate with honesty, or use guilt as a tool? One of the easiest ways to see what drives her is to observe how she responds to delayed gratification. For example, if you tell her, not tonight, or maybe next month, does she accept it with maturity, or start playing emotional games to get her way? A woman who's driven by control or manipulation will never take wait as an answer, because to her, love is about getting, not giving. But a woman with character respects boundaries, even when they frustrate her. Another huge signal? How she speaks about people who can't offer her anything. Pay close attention to how she talks about waiters, her exes, her family, or people she no longer needs. If her tone is condescending or full of blame, you're next. A woman who lacks integrity will eventually turn that same behavior toward you. A woman with values, though, she'll speak with kindness, even about people she no longer likes. That's emotional discipline. That's consistency. And don't ignore how she handles boredom. Some women treat comfort like a curse. If things aren't thrilling 24/7, they stir chaos just to feel alive again. One day she loves you, the next day she needs space. One week she's planning the future, the next she's confused about what she wants. That kind of instability isn't just annoying, it's dangerous. Because she's not looking for commitment, she's chasing emotional highs. And you're just the ride. But here's something most men never consider. How does she respond to correction? If you bring up a concern, does she explode, shut down, gaslight you? Or does she try to understand your side? A woman's character is reflected in how she handles accountability. If she can't own her part in conflict without turning everything back on you, she's not ready for a real relationship. She's just skilled at performance. Also watch how she treats time. Does she value yours or waste it? Is she constantly late, canceling, or texting during dates? These may seem like small things, but they're not. They're windows into how much she respects the relationship and how much she respects you. Time is sacred. If she can't be on time, she won't be on point when life gets harder. If this kind of content is opening your eyes to things that used to fly under the radar, do yourself a favor, hit that like button right now and subscribe to the channel, because what we've covered so far, it's just the beginning. Let's keep going. Time to sharpen your awareness. Spot the patterns. When her actions don't match her words, a woman can say all the right things and still be the wrong one. That's why the smartest men don't get trapped in sweet words. They compare what she says to what she actually does. If she says she wants a mature, loyal man, but keeps entertaining drama and chaos, that's a red flag. If she says she's ready for a serious relationship, but flakes on plans, dodges accountability, or plays mind games, guess what? You're not dating her words, you're dating her behavior. Start measuring loyalty in the little things. If she constantly posts selfies seeking male attention and then tells you you're enough, question it. If she claims she wants something real, but still keeps old just friends guys in her life who cross the line, believe her actions. This is how you see the real picture, not through emotional talks, but by tracking consistency. Trust is built on alignment between words and actions, and when those don't match, you're watching a performance. Here's a practical tip. Stop just listening, observe. Next time she apologizes for something, watch what she does after. Real remorse comes with change. Fake remorse comes with repetition. A woman with character will adjust, grow, improve. One who's playing a role will say what sounds right and do nothing different. That's when you know you're dealing with someone driven by image, not intention. Another pattern to notice is how she handles other men. Does she put up clear boundaries, or is she always accidentally in situations that make you uncomfortable? A woman who values the relationship will protect it even when you're not around. She won't hide things. She won't keep secrets to avoid drama. Transparency is not an inconvenience to her. It's a standard. A faithful woman makes it easy to breathe. You never have to second-guess her loyalty. Don't fall for the trap of over-explaining your standards either. If you constantly need to explain what respect looks like, you're dealing with someone who doesn't naturally operate with it. A high-value woman already understands respect, honor, and boundaries. You don't need to teach her, just observe if she lives by those values on her own. That's how you spot someone with the emotional IQ to build a future with. Also, how does she act after a disagreement? If she punishes you with silence, withdraws intimacy, or tries to win the argument instead of solving it, you're not in a relationship, you're in a power game. Real emotional maturity shows up during conflict. A woman anchored in grace doesn't weaponize communication. She uses it to reconnect, not dominate. That's rare, and that's worth paying attention to. We're building something here, not just a better relationship, but a sharper understanding of human nature. And the next insight will take this even further, because there's one final layer most men overlook completely when it comes to decoding women. Let's go one level deeper. Final layer. Her emotional triggers reveal everything. If you really want to understand a woman, stop trying to decode her words and start studying what triggers her emotionally. That's where the truth lives. Every person has a few emotional pressure points that expose their priorities, insecurities, and hidden motives. And for women, those pressure points often surface when their image, control, or independence feels threatened. Pay attention not to what she says in those moments, but how she reacts. That's the real thing. Let's say you give her gentle feedback. Not criticism, just honest feedback. Does she explode, cry, twist your words, or flip the blame on you? Or does she take a breath and try to grow? Her ability to process discomfort without attacking you says everything about her character. A relationship can't survive if every moment of truth becomes an emotional landmine. You need someone who can hear the truth without turning it into betrayal. Another emotional trigger? Boundaries. Set one. Anyone. Watch what happens. Tell her you won't tolerate disrespect. Tell her you don't do toxic ex-friendships. Tell her you're not okay with her disappearing for days and acting like it's normal. If she respects that boundary, even if she doesn't like it, you've got a woman with values. If she mocks it, fights it, or flips it back on you, she's showing you her operating system. Manipulation masked as confidence. Don't underestimate how revealing comfort zones can be. If a woman gets agitated the moment things aren't going her way, like a change in plans, a no, or delayed gratification, it means she was never in it for connection. She was in it for control. And once that control breaks, the mask falls. A woman who's truly grounded in commitment will flex with life. She won't crumble just because she's uncomfortable. You can also see her emotional intelligence in how she handles jealousy. If she creates fake scenarios just to test your loyalty, or accuses you out of nowhere, she's not showing love, she's showing insecurity. A faithful, emotionally strong woman doesn't jump to conclusions. She asks, communicates, listens. She doesn't need drama to feel alive. She needs truth, and she protects it like something sacred. And lastly, watch her when she fails. When she makes a mistake, forgets something, or lets you down. Does she own it like an adult? Or does she hide behind excuses, defensiveness, and blame? A woman with integrity will always come clean, not because she has to, but because that's who she is. She doesn't need supervision to do the right thing. She lives by her own code, not for praise, but out of internal strength. The truth is, you don't need to analyze everything. Just watch her reactions when things don't go her way. The intention behind her emotions will show you more than her smile ever could. And once you learn to spot these things, you'll never look at dating or relationships the same way again. So now you've seen it, 2 simple moments that silently reveal more about a woman than years of conversation ever could. No more guessing. No more hoping she's who you think she is. The real question now is, what will you do with this information? Will you keep ignoring the signs? Or finally start paying attention to what really matters? Ask yourself, have you seen her character when she didn't need you? Did she protect your relationship when she had the freedom to do whatever she wanted? Or did you witness a performance, one that fell apart the second the reward disappeared? The answers are probably clearer now. And if they are, maybe it's time to raise your standards and stop investing in what only looks real. This isn't about becoming cold or suspicious. It's about becoming wise, learning to see through the surface and trust your own eyes. Because the kind of loyalty, respect, and truth you're looking for, it exists, but only if you know how to recognize it. And now you do. Drop a comment below and tell me, have you ever seen one of these 2 tests play out in your own life? What happened? Let's learn from each other. Type this below if you're serious about leveling up. I see clearly now. Thanks for watching this far. It means you care about doing this the right way. That already puts you ahead of most. If you found value here, give this video a like, share it with a brother who needs to hear it, and subscribe to the channel so we can keep building together. Turn on notifications, because the next video might be the one that changes everything.